Hi guys, so I've just finished putting on some primer and moisturizer, and now I'm going to take some foundation and apply this onto my face. This foundation is a matte foundation, so it will dry out matte. So you just want to take some foundation and apply it on with either a brush or a beauty blender. Harley Quinn has quite a fair complexion, so this is the lighter shade that I own. And I'm just applying it onto my skin with a brush and just stippling it and blending it in. So next I'll be taking a mascara wand to do my eyebrows. One of my friends suggested this to me and I've been doing it ever since because I love the look of it. It's really natural and it suits me quite well. The only thing is there is some glitter in my mascara because I put on mascara after I do my eyeshadow, and some of the glitter from my eyeshadow got into the mascara. So next I'll be carving out my brows with a concealer. No matter what look I do, I always carve out my brows as I like my eyebrows looking quite sharp and defined. And I notice in Harley Quinn's makeup is her eyebrows is probably one of the only things that is really defined, and you can see the shape quite well. So I'll be taking some concealer and defining both of my brows by carving them out. So I carved out both of my eyebrows, and now I'm just getting a brush and I'm just blending it in to make sure that there's no harsh lines between the concealer and my foundation. I want to blend that in really nicely so you can't tell that I've carved out my eyebrows. And the concealer that I use matches my foundation quite well, so therefore you won't be able to see any highlighted areas around your eyebrows. So this is what my eyebrows look like after I've carved them out. I've done all the blending and I think it looks really natural and quite similar to Harley Quinn's. She has quite a defined brow. So next I'll be taking some blue eyeshadow. I'll be packing it on into my crease and then I'll be blending it out. Don't stress if there's any fallout, if there's any accidental marks that you've done. You don't have to be perfect with doing this makeup. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can be quite messy and it'll make it look very authentic. If you look up what Harley Quinn's makeup looked like in Suicide Squad, you will see it's not a cut crease. It's not really defined. It is messy, and that's how it's supposed to be. So you can be fun with this makeup tutorial. You don't have to do everything perfect, as long as you're having fun doing it and just, you know, not being too careful, because it makes it look even better. This part is optional. You can always use the same blue, but right now I'm just using a flat top brush to add a more shimmerier shade of blue, and I'm just packing it on in the middle of my eyelid to the inner corner. Now I'm just taking a angled brush and I'm just applying a lighter blue shade to my lower lash line. I'm just bringing this from the outer part of my eye into the inner part. And again, not being careful, I'm just applying it. I'm not worrying about the fallout. And after that, I'm just going to take a darker blue and apply it from the outer to the mid and then right back into the inner corner. So now I'm taking a brush and I'm applying a darker brown shade onto the outer part of my eye and blending it towards the mid. I'm not blending it out fully, but just blending it out enough that it's not harsh. So I'm just doing this to define my eyes a little bit more and make it darker, as Harley Quinn's was like that in the movie. And now I'm just taking some black gel liner and I'm just sweeping this across my eyes. Again, not making it really defined and perfect. I'm being quite messy with this as it's going to smudge out later for the final look. Now I'm just getting the blue eyeshadow on my fingers and dragging it down from my eye all the way down my cheeks, and then I'm getting a blending brush and I'm blending in. And again, I'm not doing it so it's defined or anything. I'm being quite messy, but I just want to make it look more realistic and more smudged out. From here, you can decide how much eyeshadow you use. You can put in different shades of blue. It's totally up to you. And now I'm just going to be adding some pink eyeshadow onto my other eye. It's more of a dark pink because I'm going to be putting a liquid eyeshadow on top of it that's more deep pinkish red. And this is just a base for that liquid eyeshadow. This brush wasn't really working for me, but I tried to make it work as best as I could, as my other brushes have been clean and they're now drying. So I'm just smudging this out along my eyelid. So I'm not being too careful on how I apply this eyeshadow, as it's just a base for my liquid eyeshadow that I'll put on later. Now I'm just applying some pink eyeshadow to my lower lash line, and I'm blending that out again from the outside into the inner corner. Now I'm just using a flat top brush to apply some liquid eyeshadow. I grabbed quite a fair bit, so I ended up using my fingers to blend it out. So now I'm just going to take that liquid eyeshadow and I'm just going to drag it down my face. This eyeshadow dries out matte, so I'm not worried about it being shiny or anything, as it will dry out really nicely. So like before with the blue eyeshadow, I'm just adding some brown eyeshadow on the outer parts of my eye and taking that into the mid of my eyelid. And once again, I'm just taking some gel eyeliner and lining my eyes, and I'm being very messy again, as I'm going to drag it down like I am now. I'm putting some black gel liner on the other side of my face, and I'm just going to run it down my face to make it look really smudged out. And I'm just going to be using my fingers to blend this all in. Sometimes with makeup, it's best to use your fingers, as you have more control of what's going on. So this is my eyes. I think it came out really well, and now I'm showing you my hands. The thing I really like about the Harley Quinn makeup is you can be messy. And now I'm just taking a light blue shimmery shadow and I'm just putting it in my inner corner, and then same with the other eye, but with pink. So now I'm just taking a liquid lipstick. This dries out matte as well, and I'm just applying this, and I'm not being too careful, as it's going to smudge out on the side of my lip later for the final look. So now I'm just going to be smudging out that red lipstick down the side of my face, on the side where the pink eyeshadow was. Harley Quinn also has a black love heart on her cheek, so I'm trying to do that now with just a small brush, and then I'm writing out Rodden on the side of my cheek as well, backwards. So I just put my hair up in little buns and put in some hair pieces that match with the makeup. My hair is quite short, so I can't put it up in ponytails, but if I did have long hair, I would so do that and add the color. But this is the final look, guys, and I really hope you liked it. Thank you once again for watching, and God bless. Bye.